this is just a Q&A. If you have any questions for us or anything, feel free to come up, raise your hand, ask us anything you want. And that's all the time we have. Yeah.
When Shot on Shooting is completed, do you plan to release it on VHS?
Yeah. I'm actually in talks with, or I was at least last year, in talks with some people who that's what they do. They'll put stuff on VHS for you. They'll design a cover. They'll handle all that. You just play them a flat fee. They send you a bunch of VHS tapes, and you kind of just sell them on your own. Here comes Jake.
I got Did you get lost? I got locked out.
Into the bathroom?
Outside.
It's out in the background. Help!
He's mine. Sound effect of a window breaking. See, he's mine. You got it out.
So we're actually looking into doing that with some of our other movies too. Like it would be cool to have the Snob movie on like a special edition VHS. But yeah, that is something we'll be looking into if that movie ever gets finished. Yeah, Carl.
What is it about VHS that you and so many of your colleagues like so much?
Because it's what we grew up with. It's nostalgic. I mean, and also like purely from an artistic standpoint too. VHS really did kind of have the best box covers compared to a lot of really easy, simplistic, fake-looking photoshopping they do now. I like the artistry that went into a lot of the better VHS covers. They're really eye-grabbing. I mean, especially for someone like me and us who grew up, going to video stores and renting like buckets of tapes at a time and bringing them home. And also, depending on the kind of movie, I kind of like the really, really grainy quality of a lot of them. If you're watching something like, say, A Last House on Dead End Street or A Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something like that, for me anyway, the really kind of grainy, gritty feel sort of adds to the experience a little bit. That's why I personally kind of like them, like collecting them.
The VHS it's pretty much the same thing for me. It's all about the nostalgia. I mean, yeah, the DVDs have far better quality and all that, but it's just a preference. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. And just like watching the grain occasionally, one of my older tapes will get eaten up. I got to spend like 30 minutes trying to do the rewind thing to get the tape back in.
You got to work for it.
There's something great about like old tapes that you recorded too. You have them like labeled like X-Files marathons, and you can see like all the commercials that they had.
Oh yeah. Hell, last night we were doing that. Someone uploaded a little gem of a show called Doghouse.
Yes.
Onto YouTube. This is a show from 1990 to 1991 in which a police officer and his Saint Bernard run over a wire in the street. And because of this, as you all know, because of science, he gets reincarnated into a Saint Bernard. And he talks and lives with his family. It's got an amazing theme song. Just look this show up. But whoever uploaded this one episode in which he joins a baseball team, because clearly no one else can handle this subbing for this children's baseball team than a Saint Bernard with the voice of a 40-year-old cop who now likes to have sex with poodles because he's now a dog. So why not? It had all the commercial breaks. That was cool. Just type in Doghouse and baseball, it'll come up.
All the narrators for the commercials back then were so ominous, weren't they? Like,
The Oral-B
you have
commercial.
that pain.
The Oral-B commercial.
Storms.
The toothbrush more dentist use. Okay, dude. I believe you. Yeah, whatever.
Are you guys working on Ninja the Mission Force Season 3, and will she leave it?
I haven't really heard one way or the other about it. Last time I was talking to Ed about it, it was a little while ago, and
Your commentary, wasn't it? Last time we talked.
I think so. In fact, I mean, you live closer to Ed, so I'm sure you talked to him more about it more recently than I have.
Well, I know Ninja the Mission Force is Ed's favorite thing that he's ever done, so I'm sure we'll do a Season 3. It's just not in the works right now. But if he does one, I'm totally up for it.
I hope I get resurrected a third time.
No, we need a new thing.
Crap! Please show my headstone.
It's just his brother.
Steal. The back.
Thank you, Brad, for coming out. My friend back home from Canada, Trent Seeley, he's a writer and blogger for punctualdork.com, and that's actually how I found out you do more than just reviews, you do movies as well. So, on behalf of my friend and punctualdork.com, which of your earlier independent movies has aged the best in your opinion?
Aged the best.
How early are we talking here?
Aging, not a lot, because they're on VHS tapes and the quality has significantly gotten lesser on some of them, and they already started out in bad quality anyway. My favorite one of the earlier movies that we did is a movie called Midnight Heat that we did in 2007. It's an 80s cop movie. It's a gritty, like sleazy, cokehead cops, killer pimps, hookers, all that kind of thing. If you like stuff like Savage Streets, you'll like that. I like that one as much now as I did back then. If anything, some of them like that I liked back then too, when I first made it. I sort of had more of, I guess, an appreciation for it now, because it's kind of looking back on when I had more time to do stuff like that, because it's great doing the website full time. It's something I never thought I would be able to do, and the fact that I am is like cool and unbelievable. But looking back on having more time to do stuff like Midnight Heat, stuff like I did a movie called Cheat, which was about Snob films, and I like kind of looking back on when we did more stuff like that, because at heart I really do like making exploitation movies, and that's what's been cool about doing stuff like Shot on Shitty-O. So it makes me miss doing that. Honestly, it gives me more drive to also do more stuff like that while simultaneously doing the website.
Thank you.
Pink shirt.
Yeah, where do you get some of the more obscure or limited release titles like Tales from the Quad Dead Zone or something like that?
Sometimes people send it to me. In the case of Tales from the Quad Dead Zone, that was something that a friend of mine sent to me. I think it was my same friend who sent me Black Devil Doll from Hell.
Good friend.
And we're still friends.
That movie's great.
The lady from Black Devil Doll from Hell, Shirley Hugh Jones, she mentioned me in an interview she gave at a convention. Chester Novel Turner, who for the longest time people thought was dead, turns out he's not. He's still alive and he does con circuits now. It'd be cool to be at a con with him. But he and Shirley Hugh Jones were given an interview and they were asking about the cult following for Black Devil Doll from Hell. And she gave an answer like there was some loud guy on the internet who made this movie a little popular, or at least some more people saw it after this. I don't know, he was cursing a lot, just sitting in his basement, yelling about this movie that we made 20 years ago. I assumed she was talking about me. Maybe there's some other guy dressed in black who was talking about this movie in his basement that she was talking about. But a friend of mine sent me that. Some of it just comes from my own collection, because I've been collecting stuff like that for years and years and years. I've always been a horror exploitation guy, so a lot of it I own. And others, it's like buddies of mine for stuff that has never been put on DVD. A buddy of mine, James, collects all that stuff. So if there's something that I kind of need, like maybe like some Turkish ripoff or something like that, I'll talk to him. He said because of him, I have like 3 copies of Turkish Exorcist. He kind of forgets what he sends me sometimes. So I have like 3 copies of that. But most of it, honestly, just comes from my own collection. Yeah.
So you're talking about like all the having not as much time to do stuff and everything. How is it possible that you keep up the website and all that other stuff and still produce new material every single week?
Because it's my full-time job. I mean, I don't have any other job to go to. So, and also, the Snob videos, it's basically like a 2-day process. There's other people who also do videos who their process is a lot longer than mine because they have a lot more visual effects or maybe a lot more like story that's going on in them, or it's like After Effects and things like that that they have to do in post-production. To me, that's not the case. I watch the movie, I take my notes, I write the review one day, and then the next day I edit it and I post it. So a Cinema Snob episode is typically a 2-day process, or if I can't sleep, then it's a 1-day process. That's a long day, but a day. But then there's other stuff that, the midnight screenings we post up every week, but that just takes a night, you know, it's a vlog. We go to see these movies, we talk about it in the car, bam, we post the video. Stuff like the sketches that we do, like the reviewers, AIDS Day and stuff like that is 2-3 day process really, because again, they're shot quick. Like, I am a run and gun director. That's how I've always been, a point and shoot, that's it. It's always someone just holding the camera, it's handheld. We get our shots, put it together, bam, we post it. So, yeah, I'm still kind of that same kind of shot, shitty exploitation director I was when I was 20. We got the shot, good. Let's move on. Next. Yellow shirt.
What's the worst movie you've ever seen? Like the one that you don't want to ever watch again?
That's a question for all three of us. Nuki. Seriously? That masterpiece? You're gonna shit on Nuki? What the fuck, dude? I'm out, man.
You insulted my Nuki, I'm gone.
Nuki, by far and away, man. That was the hardest one to sit through. It was like, that took me 2 days to watch. Because I watched half of it one day, and I was like, I can't do this right now. I was so mad. I had to pause it and just do other things. Like, I had to reevaluate my life. It was just, oh man. And I was still married at the time, and Jillian was just like, oh, that movie fucked with him. She was like, Jillian was like, I had to stay away from the room when that was going on. And then the next day I went back and watched the second half of it, and again, what are we doing? I hate you, Doogie, so much. It ends with the kid, because they're like lost in the desert and starving, the kid and Nuki, even though Nuki can fly this entire time, it doesn't. At least it was funny when Optimus Prime did that in Transformers 4. Bye! Hi, Dick! So this, Nuki is like fucking dying, and then the kid is sitting there and just goes, America, help us! And then they do! This movie sucks.
Just simple, dude.
Yeah, I'm too good for this. What about you? Worst movie?
Worst movie? That's my boy. That was one of the midnight screenings that we did. I went into the movie, I actually had no idea what That's My Boy was, up until about 3 hours until the movie started. And I'm not an Adam Sandler fan. I am going on record as saying I am not an Adam Sandler fan.
You're not!
And so this is when I was dating Sarah at the time, and she came up to me and she was like, "Hey, Brad wants us to watch a movie together." Oh, okay, great. You know, I was saying,
What's your first mistake?
okay, great. Well, I assumed it was like at the time Brave was being introduced, and there was a lot of teasers for that. I actually had high hopes for that. And so, like, I thought it was, going to be in my shtick, the kids' movies, the family kind of thing. And I was like, all right, so what's that? What's That's My Boy? She goes, it's an Adam Sandler movie. And my first reaction was, fuck you. I don't want to do it.
She gave you the eyes, right?
She gave me those adorable. Fine. So I went into this, and I don't know how many of you have seen this, but spoiler alert, it starts off with pedophilia. It ends with incest. For 2 hours. For 2 hours, that is what this movie is about. And it hurt so bad, like at that review, like I think one of the things I said was like, I'm done. And I was being extremely serious about it.
I put in my time.
I was like, all right, you know what, I did my time, I've seen Smurfs, I've done Alvin and the Chipmunks, I've done all throw Adam Sandler. Like at that point, it was just a personal insult to me as a human being and as your friend. Like, you go see a 2-hour Adam Sandler.
It's like Brian and I were in another movie that night, and the movie that we were at was bad too. Like we were at Rock of Ages, and yeah, okay, it was pretty bad, but we couldn't. What are we gonna do? Get mad about sitting through Rock of Ages when we had to go see the incest Adam Sandler movie? Like, oh, our movie was terrible. Like, what are we gonna say? So we were just like, yeah, this movie was bad, but okay, we got it off better, I guess.
Yeah, our movie was bad, but hell, at least we're not Jake.
What would you say the worst was?
Jerry.
Oh.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry was the one with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's brother, where they're lost in the desert.
Oh.
If you want to know what it's like to be lost in the desert, get lost in the desert. Don't watch Jerry.
Watch the hair with Bugs Bunny.
There's a 7-minute shot of them just walking into the sunset, and that's it. They don't say anything, they're just walking into the sunset. 7-minute shot.
It's an endurance test.
Yeah, there's not a lot of dialogue, and they filmed it in like 4 different deserts. For such a crappy results.
As if you can tell. Like you at least watched it and had the video and everything. I watched it because my dumbass rented it. This is before I was doing videos online. I have no excuse for watching this.
No, I wasn't doing the videos either.
Oh,
My
really?
mom rented it. And then we were watching it as a family, and my dad was like, done, and left. It was just me and my mom trying to finish this thing.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For Miss Obscurus Lupa. I didn't recognize you when I was at the booth earlier because of your hair.
Oh, I got the
Red.
hair.
Well, from getting out of line, but when Brad hit you that one time, did it happen so fast you didn't even know how to respond? Or did it happen in slow motion, like in Armageddon, when you see the cod coming down slowly in the horizon?
Brad's giant comic face coming
Well, Aerosmith was playing.
If you think if it was in slow motion, I could duck.
Yeah.
No, I scripted that, and I'm stupid because I don't know how to do fight choreography or anything. Yeah, and we practiced it once, and it was fine. And then we were filming, and Mars Girl was the one recording that, and Bill Ray was in the room too.
Yeah.
And so Brad's in character whacks me across the face. Either his timing was off, my timing was off.
It was fine.
Okay. So it was off. I'm hit right in the face. And then Mars Girl's sitting there trying not to laugh.
Yeah.
And then Matthew looks like someone hit his mom.
Matthew looked horrified. He looked so horrified. The look on Matthew's face, because it was maybe a few feet in front of me, was honestly more shocking than what I just did. I felt so bad. It was totally my fault because I was supposed to use my left hand, so it would come across like that and be much easier to dodge, but we did it a second take, and I had just accidentally just kind of shifted my body in a way that it felt awkward to do it like that, so I did it the right hand instead, which just flipped her. Yeah.
It was sore for a day or two after that. That was the highlight of my trip.
Mine too. It's a great story.
He's in character, just so angry, and then immediately, oh my god.
The idea of the cinema is not just punching a woman.
My nose started running, so I thought it was bleeding. That's why I left the room.
Yeah.
Mickey's reaction was great too. It's like someone knows he's some pancake lips.
The next day, because this was during Suburban Nights, and the next day she had out her camera and was showing everybody, and everyone was having a laugh. And
Oh yeah, we kept replaying it. I remember because you could hear them.
You could, yeah, even if you weren't watching it, you could hear it, and Robert Walker standing there laughing, going, "Dear Brad, I told you 100 times, stop punching our actresses."
I get up the next day, hey, your Brad punched you.
Yeah.
Quick question for Jake, actually. What are your favorite animated films that you watch to cleanse your palate after a bad experience?
Well, my all-time favorite one is Dumbo.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Dumbo. Everything about hour long, really. Also, I got an hour to kill. Dumbo. But like, a lot of the older ones I'm a bigger fan of. Like, some from the mid '90s, like Aladdin has a soft spot in my heart. Like The Lion King also has a soft spot in my heart.
Beauty and the Beast.
No, not Beauty and the Beast. I don't want to watch Stockholm Syndrome, the movie.
And there's comments on the video, on this video right there.
But really like old style animated movies. There's a lot of new ones that I also like. How to Train Your Dragon, which is why I brought this little guy right here. That's like the first one and the second one are just really, really good, solid, fun movies. So it's those types of movies, the ones that are classics, the ones that are done well and well voice acted, that stand up to the test of time that I truly like. I'm like Snow White and Cinderella and all those things. I'm not the biggest fan of because again, you start getting into some gray area with the way that people are treated in those movies if you actually sit down and watch it through that type of eye that I have. Like Cinderella, for example. Slavery. All right. Let's get behind this. But it's really like a lot of those types of movies are the ones that after I get done watching some terrible movie that I have to go to, like usually my standalone is dumb. Like when I got home from That's My Boy, I was depressed and angry. Like I didn't know what to do, so I put on Dumbo and just fast forwarded to the crow singing. That's the greatest scene ever. That and the pink elephant scene.
Yeah. You know you also want to say Song of the South.
I do want to say I do like Song of the South.
Cinderella, slavery bad. Song of the South, great.
Slavery good. Shows a positive message on the slavery.
Song of the South is everyone's technically happy again. Yes. Zippity doo dah, it's a wonderful day.
You guys are horrible. Yeah, we are.
This goes over. Irving's not even here.
Yeah, Irving's I gotta pick up for Irving.
Second row.
So when you see something like That's My Boy, and the question goes through your head is like, first of all, why?
Yeah.
And second of all, how are they still employed?
That was the freaking question that I asked in my review. Like, when this movie was pitched to the producers, like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I got this new movie that's coming out. It's called That's My Boy. I play a deadbeat dad. Impregnates a teacher when he's 13 years old. Impregnates a teacher when he's 13 years old, and it turns out that's the greatest thing that could ever happen to you as a boy, is impregnating a teacher. Because he becomes world famous after that, he becomes rich, millionaire, he has a great life. But then he forgot about the son that he had, and he ends up being a deadbeat human being, realizes he's a deadbeat human being, and then tries to mooch off his son, who hates his guts.
Yeah.
And at the end of the movie, he still hates his guts, because Adam Sandler's character is a terrible human being. So when they came up to the producers, like, here you go, how can they look at it? Incest, pedophilia, all right. Vanilla Ice, sold.
Up until Vanilla Ice, this mostly sounds like Caligula.
It kind of does, without the fisting scene, there's no
At least in Caligula, the incest part of it is honestly the most romantic thing about the movie. Richard?
What is your, out of all the bad movies you've seen, what is your biggest guilty pleasure?
I don't know if I really have anything that can be called a guilty pleasure because I kind of just like what I like. Like, yeah, there's stuff that's objectively speaking, and I guess in terms of acting, direction, whatever, bad, but there's a reason I enjoy it. Like, maybe it's just entertaining, you know? It's, whatever it does so outlandish that you can't help but look away from it. It's kind of funny and just straight up bizarre. Like, okay, like, off the top of my head, Golden Girl, for instance. It's just so weird. this Nazi doctor creates the perfect woman to compete in the 1980 Olympics, which is hilarious because the U.S. didn't compete in the 1980 Olympics. So, okay, and that's just off the top of my head, but it's entertaining. It is entertaining. It's, some of the acting isn't that bad in the movie, actually, but you can find something about it that you kind of gravitate towards. Maybe it's unintentionally funny, like that happening, or what's something that we saw that's unintentionally, oh, a Winter's Tale, you know? Like, okay, it's unintentionally hilarious, and just so bizarre with, like, Will Smith playing the devil out of nowhere, and so, but I wouldn't call that a guilty pleasure because I'm not ashamed to say that I had a good time with that movie, completely not for the reason they intended. And so when I review that movie, I'll be like, you need to go see this. If you like bad movies like we do, you need to go see this. So that's kind of how I feel about that.
Mine's Matthew Broderick's Godzilla. I love that movie. I know it's terrible, it's stupid, there's tiny baby Godzillas falling on bubble gum, but God, that's funny.
And also, like, okay, there's tiny Godzillas running around in that movie, but yeah, they're slipping on gumballs. That's kind of funny. That's not, like, Godzilla's Revenge with Godzilla standing there. Godzilla says you need to stand up to your enemies. What?
Watching Godzilla's Revenge, like, oh yeah, the 98 one is the worst. In what world is that true?
It's fun to have a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
When we're the kind of people who are like, oh, that's the worst movie ever, I gotta see this.
Yeah.
How fast can I rent this?
Yeah. Dr. Who?
Yeah. What's a movie that you seem to like, but everyone else seems to hate?
I gave Prometheus a positive review. I got 8 me up for that. That was hilarious because me just simply saying, like, yeah, I liked it, to at least like the people who wrote to me. Me saying, yeah, I liked it, somehow translated to, I think this is the greatest film ever made. You see a lot of that, like, at the midnight screenings. Like, if there's something that collectively a lot of people don't really seem to like all that much, they will let you know. So the biggest ones on that would be Prometheus. I liked it just fine. I liked Iron Man 3. We got some hate for that. It seems like we kind of did for liking the first Amazing Spider-Man with the lizard. But then I guess we made up for it because we didn't really like the second one. That's off the top of my head. Those seem to be the ones that people disagree with us quite a bit on. What about you?
Maybe Simon Says with yeah, people didn't like I was defending Dane Cook in that. He was funny in that because he was terrible. But see, that was one of his early roles. Honestly, most of the things that we review, I think a lot of people will really like, unless they're the kind of bad movies. So
Yeah.
Your favorite Mystery Science Theater? Because I know that Dale Austin is the house of Mystery Science Theater building.
Pod People. I love Pod People. That's a movie that I actually own on RIP under the title of Extraterrestrial Visitors. And if you think that movie is like night and day watching it between the stuff in the movie that's like a kid's movie and the stuff that's like a slasher film, it's even more so when you watch it on RIP because there's parts in it that aren't in the regular one. So one scene you'll have the kid playing around with Trumpy and there's the silly things happening. And then it'll cut to the slasher movie part where one of the girls straight up says, "Fuck the woods." Like they dropped the F-bomb a few times in this movie. It feels like you were just constantly sitting on the remote. But their ripping is so, like, even the running gags in it, that if done poorly would get old pretty fast. But it's the timing they have, it's spacing it out, like the G. McCloud joke in it. It happens a lot in that, but it is still funny the last time you hear it as it is the first time you hear it. They space it out enough, they do different things with it, and it just, I don't know, it works. And it's also the fact that the ripping is great, and that the movie that they're watching is really my kind of bad movie. I like that director. He also did Pieces and some other movies that I really like a lot. I actually kind of like the look of that movie too. it's hard to find another movie where the woods look that gross. Like all the fog and sweat and swamp shit going on in there. Yeah, I like Pod People.
I like Space Baby, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Your favorite? Mine's the same.
Pod People.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yellow Shirt.
What's a movie, what's one of those like, worst movies that you watched? That's probably
well, if it's one I don't like, I typically don't. Would it be something that it's bad, but I like it?
Yeah.
Caligula. Caligula's my favorite movie of all time. I'm not gonna lie, the movie's got problems. But it's just perfectly. I don't even know if I'll call it necessarily bad, but it's like it's a perfect object. It's got everything I love mixed into one movie. It's got this over-the-top, dark comedy, this political satire that's doing with Caligula's rising power, and then just inserts of the most horrible things you will see. Whether like it's the Temple of Isis stuff going on, or the stomach ass man and stuff like that. It's so weird. It's like no other time this movie could have been made. You'll see nothing like it before then, after then, and if you cannot replicate what that movie did, a mixture of big budget, lush Hollywood epic with all these Shakespearean actors, and then Tito Brass directing it, the guy who made Salon Kitty. I could talk for hours about this movie, but yeah, like I would straight up recommend that to anyone, even if I know you'll hate it. Yeah,
like the Midnight History, like your votes, Midnight History, but most disappointing.
Oh man, it's most disappointing. I thought Man of Steel looked good, and I fucking hated that movie. That was the most commented on video I ever did, was we hated Man of Steel, just hated that movie. And that is single-handedly the most, ever since I've been doing this, that is single-handedly the most polarizing film I've ever come across. Like, people in both camps will like, are passionate about it, whether you hate that movie, whether you really like it. They're passionate people who love that movie, passionate people who hate it, and they'll never see eye to eye on anything about that movie. And that comments thread is single-handedly one of the greatest things you'll ever see. It is 500 comments of people just ripping each other apart. Ripping us apart. It's that whole internet logic thing where it's like, but in this movie you said that something like that worked, which obviously translates to if you liked it in one movie, it works in every movie.
Everything is wrong, you don't feel that way.
Yeah, like you only didn't like it because you thought it was going to be good. Yes. You didn't like it because you saw it at midnight. Yeah, the time that I'm usually awake. Okay. It's like the thing, like, because you like the fart joke in Blazing Saddles means you should like every fart joke ever put on film. Hashtag internet logic. That's the most polarizing one I've come across.
No, I did my annotated sampling time. I'm not ever doing it again.
No one was sent to that.
Nobody was sent to Jack and Jill, like all of us were just, no.
Someone would have, but like, if that movie came out when the midnight screenings weren't year-round, because the first couple of years we did it, it was just a summer thing. Like, they were only doing pre-screenings during the summer, and then off and on during the year, like, of course, like Hunger Games, or like Paranormal Activity 3 had one. It wasn't until a couple of years ago that they started doing it year-round. So, Jack and Jill and that other Sandler movie, Hotel Transylvania, fell in that gap where we weren't seeing it.
I was really happy about that because Hotel Transylvania is exactly what I was watching.
Yeah.
I was so happy that apparently it's going to be a second one. I'm sure it does.
Drilling into my skull, like in the darkness.
Driller Killer?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
What is the most absurd insult that you
Towards me, I don't know. Because any of the insults I can think of off the top of my head has been ones that I put myself just trolling Jake. I hope your ass likes British currency because it's about to get 500 pounds. Stuff like that. Or Jake reminds me of my favorite sweater. He's cute as a button and puts me in stitches. Like stupid stuff like that I'll troll my own website with. But for me, it's nothing that really necessarily stands out. Just like the typical kind of stuff is like, fuck you asshole, man, it's great. Fuck you, Prometheus sucks. It's like doing like typical like if you do like a meatloaf review kind of thing. Or it honestly does make me laugh though when take like a Brad Tries video for instance when someone was complaining that the video wasn't shot in HD. Because obviously, you need a video of a guy in his car at 7 in the morning eating Taco Bell breakfast to be in HD. It is unwatchable unless it's in HD.
I got 2 favorite insults. I love them, they're great. Okay. I watched Famous' bootleg zone series, but the one he did with Lupa was like this. AIDS. And if the cinema snob is like a prime cut steak from a steakhouse, then Obscurus Lupa is like cold hospital peas. It's true.
I don't eat that much steak.
I do like me some peas though.
What about you?
I don't get insulted actually all that much, which is surprising because I fly off the handle a lot on those things and say questionable. No, not me. Like I don't really get insulted. I mean, the only insult that I've really gotten was like people make fun of me or lecture me for smoking. I don't really care about that.
Yeah, that'll happen.
I mentioned at one time that when I was younger, I used to be a hunter. I would go out and hunt animals
And people.
The most dangerous game. So, like when I mentioned that in my youth, I used to go deer hunting and stuff like that because I was raised on a farm. It's just kind of how it goes. Like a lot of the uber animal lovers, bestiality people, the ones that are just like a little bit too overprotective of the animals, starting, you're a murderer, you're a cold-hearted killer, blah, 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 blah. But again, I didn't feel insulted. I was just, all right, whatever.
There's people too who complain because they think that the Angry Jake stuff is fake.
They think that the Angry Jake stuff is fake.
Because clearly no one would be angry at That's My Boy.
Yeah.
Or Smurfs. Pink shirt.
Are there any new releases coming up that you guys are looking forward to or anticipating? Something that is going to be good?
What's that Jeremy Renner one coming out? We got the trailer for that. It was still here, so it's like Kill the Messenger or something. That looked really good. What else is coming out? I mean, of course, come like November and December, you get a lot of like the major like critical acclaim movies that are coming out, and there usually be some good ones you find around there. That Jeremy Renner one, I think, looks interesting. It's gonna be hard to top Snowpiercer for me, honestly. I still think that's my favorite movie I saw this year. What about you?
I'm looking forward to Book of Life.
Oh yeah.
And Box Trolls.
Oh yeah, Box Trolls.
I'm really looking forward to Box Trolls.
I don't know what's coming out, honestly. I don't go to the theater enough, so I really don't know.
Unless she goes with us to see Legends of Oz.
The Nut Job 2,
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking for.
There is a nut job too that they're making. What do you mean, why? Because
it's the Nutter Dome.
Yeah.
Can I have at least like an hour of those from either one of you two?
How else would we describe the nut job?
Found the city of nut names.
Welcome, brother. Welcome, brother.
Is there anything that you worked on that either ever just found it really hard to do, or you ended up shelving it just because you couldn't think of anything? It just nothing would come on that.
I typically don't try to do something if I don't have the means to make it. You know, if I don't have the means to like actually finish it or to film it and produce it, whatever. I mean, there's stuff that I've done that I didn't really do much with afterwards. Like I did a show for like 2 episodes. It was called Softly for Cable, and it did fine, but I didn't have much drive to do anything beyond that. Like I don't really do big box anymore because that joke's been done. Like how many more jokes can I make about big box VHSs next to double D cleavage? Like there's only so many jokes I can make about that. But in terms of like any movie projects, there's been a couple of things that didn't get done, but it was because like there was one movie where the tapes got destroyed, but it was really early into production, like so it wasn't a huge loss. It was this female revenge movie that I wrote, and actually a lot of the elements. I kind of do want to make that again someday, but I'll have to really kind of rewrite some of them because some of the elements from that were put into the work of gold. So that's happened, but it wasn't because I didn't like it, or it wasn't because I didn't have the money to finish it. The stuff I do it's not that hard. It's all exploitation shot on shitty stuff, so it's run and gun, point and shoot. I'd have to be really lazy to give up on something. Yeah, Richard.
How do you keep discipline on set if people start getting the giggles or something silly?
There's no discipline on the set.
Zero.
You know what happens when we all start getting the giggles? We film it.
Yeah.
That's what's
Outtakes.
They're outtakes.
No, it's really lax when we shoot stuff, even if it's like a thriller. Because we can have as much fun on the set of something like Midnight Heat, that's a pretty dark movie, as we do on, I can't read this side. Okay, glasses, sorry. Oh, my right's here. It really also is all just hang out. We have as much fun on the set of something really dark as we do on, say, something like The Reviewers. And only Dave kept forcing around on the last episode of The Reviewers we did. We had to reshoot a couple of things because Dave kept making cat calls. And it was 10 in the morning, so a couple of us were like, shut up.
That's really kind of what it boils down to, because, the nature of the way that we film, like what you said, it's a very relaxed atmosphere. We gotta get some work done. That doesn't mean that, we have to be assholes the entire time. People are gonna break, people are gonna mess up their lives, people are gonna start giggling. You just deal with it, you laugh along with it.
You laugh along.
But it's when a certain individual is taking something too long or too far where it starts interrupting the other actors who are in the scene. That's where it's like, dude, you just gotta shut up. So we film this, and then we can go back to having fun goofing off or whatever, but we still got work to do.
And that's crazy rare that happens because we really do try to shoot as not fast to where it's a bad product that we're putting out, but not too long, not unnecessarily long. Because again, like I said, it's person holding the camera, say the lines, and if the lines are delivered perfectly, great, we got it. And if we want one for safety, then yeah, we shoot it for safety. But typically it's a lot of one-take Charlies. If it's perfect, then great, then fantastic. We move on to the next line. That's just always how we've been. We've always just had that real shot on shitty mentality in terms of the things we shoot. And yeah, because of that, we're not stuck there for 18 hours, setting up a track when we could just easily use our feet. So that makes it a lot more fun.
You're talking about production. Have you ever run into a movie that's a horrible movie, but you find, if I had that kind of budget, I could have made that good movie.
90% of the movies I see, I can do better than them.
So yeah, what he said, like, typically the bad stuff we see is like, you give me enough money, I can well, I don't know.
I can make what I say.
Try, yeah. It can be just as bad at least. But the bad stuff that I like, no, that's perfect. I don't want Caligula to be changed. Well, I mean, even though it's got 80 different versions of it, but beyond that.
When your DVDs got stolen, how much do you think you had invested in that, and by this point, have you really stolen it?
I don't think so. That was probably like an $18,000 investment. Good times. There was some movies that we shot that got stolen too. We did a movie called Sadistic Bitch that we did before Freak Out, and it was like an hour long. It was straight up torture porn before torture porn kind of became the modern day thing that it became. That was a party movie. We'd been drunk and put that shit on for a while.
So bad.
It was so bad. That was sad that stuff like that got stolen. But
it would have been really funny if they returned those.
That would be funny.
These were horrible.
That's what sucked. Here's the thing that sucked. Like, because about $15,000 was put into that, and I was not quick to. I always said that if I was ever going to buy any of those back, I would just do it in bulk. If I have that kind of money to just throw away, I'll buy them all back in bulk, or most of them at least, maybe not all of them, but there were some that didn't get stolen, like a handful, because I had some of them in the place I was staying at the time because I was doing Snob episodes on YouTube. So this other stuff gets stolen, yet, oh sweet, I still have Snuff. I still have Elsa Fraulein essence. I still have the candy snatchers. Like I still have something I would rather have gotten. Honestly. So you know what? There's something I've bought back, sure, but I have a much bigger VHS collection now, honestly, because I still wanted to collect things, but not quite that expensive. So I started picking up old VHS. I mean, I already had a lot, but I just started now adding more to that, like a lot more of the big box stuff that I really like collecting. So I still have some things. Yeah, sure.
Is there something that you would like to film, but you just haven't been able to?
Oh, sure. There's stuff that's written that we haven't done just for budget reasons. I wrote a 80s post.
I was just about ready to say the 80s post-apocalyptic movie that we want to make.
Yeah.
That's like at the top of our list of, like if we could get enough money to do it, that would trump all other ideas that we have. So that way we can do our 80s post-apocalyptic high school thrasher zombie.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a love letter to like big budget like flops of the 80s, and also like it has kind of a trauma appeal to it, but we never attempted to do it because we just wouldn't have the money. We'd have to sacrifice so much stuff, and it would be worth it. We would come out with a product that we wouldn't like, really, because we know what it should look like. Someday, maybe, someday. Like at this point, I've kind of envisioned it as a animated project, like an animated movie. But one day, Class of '86 will get made. I think that's all the time. I'm not sure. Maybe we have time for one quick one. Picture.
Yeah, if you could have any dream cameo or guest director, what would you get and what would you do with them?
Dream cameo? George Lazenby, I guess. George Lazenby, that would be cool. That would have been cool. Like, I had an idea when I was writing the Snob movie. Like, if I had the budget to get George Lazenby for a cameo, it would be cool if he played his dad. Maybe he played the Cinema Snob's dad, or like maybe Robert Kerman or something. Guest director, I don't know about that. I haven't really thought about that because I kind of like directing and stuff. But say like, you know, an Abel Ferrara comes up to me and says, I'd like to remake Midnight Heat. Go for it, dude. You're Abel Ferrara. Yeah, do whatever you want, man. Make it a musical if you want. All right. Well, thanks a million, everyone, for coming out. I really appreciate it. If you want to see anything else that we're doing, go to thecinemasnob.com, Lupa TV, that guy with the glasses.